Now, we know you like to know more about specific eye conditions, and that is why today we're shining a light on the condition Stargardt's disease, as Toby Davey chats with visually impaired jazz singer and Stargardt's Connected ambassador Katriona Taylor, who has just released her 5th album, Blind Passion, just in time for World Sight Day, to raise awareness about Stargardt's disease.
Visually impaired jazz singer and songwriter Katriona Taylor has just released her 5th album, Blind Passion, in time for World Sight Day 2021, where Katriona has rearranged tracks by a number of blind musicians, along with some of her own compositions, to raise awareness and shine a light on the condition Stargardt's disease, which Katriona was diagnosed with at the age of 7. Katriona is an ambassador for Stargardt's Connected and joins me now here on RNIB Connect Radio to talk about both her new album Blind Passion and her role as an ambassador for Stargardt's Connected. Hello Katriona, and welcome back to RNIB Connect Radio.
Hi Toby, thanks so much for having me today. Delighted to be here.
Lovely. Before we talk, obviously, about the release of your new album, Blind Passion, I wanted to maybe ask a bit about your role as an ambassador for Stargardt's Connected and also a bit about the condition, because I think it's one of those conditions that many people might not know about. How does the condition sort of affect you on a day-to-day basis?
Well, I've had Stargardt's disease since I was about 7 years old. My family couldn't work out why I couldn't read the signs across the road and the school board and all that as I was growing up. So we went to several ophthalmologists and we were told that I had something called Stargardt's disease, which of course in those days, not everybody knew a lot about it. So I understood that that was a progressive, degenerative eye condition that attacks the macula, and that my sight was going to deteriorate as I went through my life. I was actually told that I would be totally blind by the time I was 21. Unfortunately, that didn't quite happen. So I carried on through mainstream school and managed to find my way through that with a little bit of help. But to be honest, the education system wasn't so supportive. Again, it was a few years ago now. So I did my A-levels and then I went on to university. I was very happy to get my law degree and to go to law school. And initially I was a lawyer, but then my life changed and I decided that I would jump ship from law and become a singer. And I've been working very hard as a professional singer ever since. So I was delighted to discover the charity Stargardt's Connected, which is quite a young charity. It's only been around for a couple of years now. And I had not had a lot of contact during my lifetime with people with Stargardt's. So I was very pleased to find this charity and to find that a little community was forming around the charity in the UK. And the wonderful lady who set up the charity, Katriona Taylor, her son has Stargardt's disease, and that's how she came to know about it. And she very bravely and admirably set up her charity, which I wanted to support in the way that I could. And I felt that raising awareness of the condition and just letting people know that it's out there and how it affects people is one way to really support that charity and the message of supporting sight loss.
And you're obviously an ambassador for the charity. What do you see as your role as ambassador? What do you think you'll be able to bring to the organisation?
So the charity's aim is to connect people with Stargardt's disease, to have that sense of community and to help their families deal with the sight loss, obviously to raise funds where they can, inform people about research, and they have some very interesting projects on the go at the moment. They're involved in creating a patient register of Stargardt's patients so that there's a collective, group that can be assisting in research and things like that. And also they're trying to raise awareness in the public eye of the condition. So, one of the things I'm involved with is talking about Stargardt's disease and trying to raise awareness in interviews, for instance, such as this. And as I go around performing my shows, I do let people know about this charity. And obviously with the title of the album being Blind Passion, it's a theme there that I can talk about for people. And I'm also trying to get involved in some of the fundraising.
And we must now talk, obviously, about Blind Passion, your new 5th album, which you recorded during all those lockdowns. Why did you want to rearrange and put your own sort of mark on some of the tracks and songs by some of the great blind musicians like Stevie Wonder and Ray Charles?
Well, for me, this was a little bit of a change because I haven't really presented myself previously as a singer with a visual impairment. I haven't made too much of it in the past, but I really felt like it was time for me to honour that part of my story. And I wanted to celebrate some of those famous blind musicians who have just inspired millions. You know, they've absolutely trailblazed. There aren't many musicians in the world almost who haven't been influenced by artists such as Stevie Wonder, Ray Charles. I mean, they are absolute legends in their genres. So I felt that it was all part of a package for me to kind of be able to talk about my site and be able to be more proactive in that area.
Is there a particular track? I know there's lots of tracks on Blind Passions and some really good ones, but is there one particular track that you might single out as one that you really enjoyed working on? And if so, would you be able to explain why?
Sure. So one of the songs which I really enjoyed working on was a number which I chose from the blind American pianist and singer Diane Shaw. She's a great jazz vocalist. She's won Grammy Awards for her jazz vocals. She's released 23 albums, and she did a fantastic version of Duke Ellington's It Don't Mean a Thing If It Ain't Got That Swing. And this was really fun to record because it's a bit of what we call a roaster. It goes quite fast and it's really enjoyable to kind of be it's like being on a train, you know, on a fast train you jump on when you're performing it, and all the musicians are concentrating on their charts. It's quite interesting because often they don't have to look at their music, but on this one they do. We got a great drum solo in there and some beautiful sax playing from my wonderful saxophonist. So that's why I've chosen this song as one that I really like.
And as you say, it's great performing some of these tracks, and you have been out and about performing in clubs and bars, and it must have been a great relief to get back out performing in front of a crowd.
We had a fantastic launch of the album at the weekend, actually, in the 606 Club in Chelsea, and that was really great, just being back in front of audiences and hearing those cheers. It's so supportive. It's fantastic.
And Katriona, if people would like to find out more about Stargardt's Connected and, of course, your album Blind Passion, where can they go to find out more?
You can find out more about Stargardt's Connected on their website, stargardsconnected.org.uk. And if you want to find out more about the album or also have a look at what's going on for me as an ambassador on Stargardt's Connected, my website is katrionataylor.com.
Well, thank you very much again, Katriona Taylor, for chatting with me here on RNIB Connect Radio.
Thank you.
Katriona, would you like to introduce the next track that we're going to play out, which is obviously one of your tracks from Blind Passion?
Yes, thank you. This is one of the songs which I selected to be on the album from the wonderful Diane Shaw. It's Duke Ellington's It Don't Mean a Thing If It Ain't Got That Swing.
Makes no difference if it's What do I do?